They say the slow boat to Luang Prabang is the best way to see Laos, so we put that to the test. 2 days on the Mekong, floating through remote Laos sounds dreamy, right? We booked one of the luxury slow boats to see if it's actually worth it. More comfort, better food, but does it live up to the hype? Let's find out.
Good morning! Today we start our slow boat journey. So we will be picked up from our hotel. We said to be ready at 9:15 a.m. so that's not too bad, just getting our last few things together here. We got out for a little walk this morning, stretched the legs a little bit, and had some breakfast. So we'll get the party started here soon. Made it here on the boat. We were the last people to be picked up, and then it was less than a 5-minute ride, so it all happened quite quick. We got here, some of the group was split into 2 different boats, and they had a little name tag for us to find our table. We're sitting with a man. He's from Denmark, but he lives in Australia now, so we've just been chatting a little bit, but we are well on our way. We were able to pay for the tour once we were on the boat, so once they set off, they kind of did a little introduction, and then our guide came around, collected payment. She asked everybody which hotel we're staying at, or she told them which hotel you're staying at. We did the option where we paid for the cruise only, so you have the option to pay for cruise only, or you can pay for different levels of hotels, so the price could go up depending. We felt that for the price, it just made sense for us to book a guest house on our own, and that saved a little bit of money. So the guest house will pick us up when we get to Pak Beng today, and when we get to Luang Prabang, I hope I'm saying that right, we'll find out. Our Airbnb host is going to meet us, so we've got that all sorted and ready to go. So we'll give you a little tour of the boat here, but I'm sitting towards the back. You can get up, you can walk around. Right behind me is a little snack and drink stand, so they have water, tea, coffee, some little snacks. There's the bathroom back there. The very back of the boat, I understand there's a deck where you can smoke. And at the front, there's also an outdoor area, so I believe that's where Jimmy's at. I haven't seen him for about 20 minutes now, so I think he's up there enjoying the view. But I'll whip the camera around here. So this is behind. I'm sitting in a little open area back here, and then there's tables towards the front. So I expect this is what our view is going to look like for the next 2 days. It is a slow boat, so you're just cruising down the Mekong. It's the longest river in Asia, and I also learned this morning that Laos has the majority of the river running through it, but as you cruise along, you might come across some little villages.
There's nothing to do and nothing expected of you. Just watch the world drift by. An hour in, we say goodbye to Thailand, slipping fully into Laos. To my right, the river banks shift, sometimes bare earth, sometimes thick with grass and tangled brush. The hillsides are dense with trees, and that alone makes my heart happy. From time to time, life appears. Cows pinned up near the shore, locals casting lines into the water. The boat hums with quiet chatter, but somehow it feels peaceful. I love this, and I'm so grateful to be here. One thing that I'll say for me is I wasn't quite sure how windy it would really be or how breezy. That's why I put the hair back in braids, and I'm glad I did that. It feels a little chilly in the morning. I would imagine as the day goes on, it'll warm up, but I had to get my jacket out even because it was a little bit cold. So you can pack accordingly. I would say just plan to wear some layers, and you can always shed that off later in the afternoon. I have to be honest, one of my fears is that I was worried Jimmy might be a little bit bored since it is a slow boat. So if that's a fear that you have, I honestly wouldn't really worry about it. We've been on the boat for 3 hours now. You move at a decent enough space. We had a really nice lunch that everybody seemed to enjoy, catered to vegetarian, vegan. If you have any other dietary needs, I'm sure you can just let them know in advance. I believe next up we're going to stop at a local village, so that'll be nice to have a little time to get off the boat, stretch the legs, see some of the local life, and then continue on to Pak Beng for the night. It's 2 p.m. and we just stopped at one of the local villages. So we have Tick here. She's gonna show us around. It was really cute because the kids see the boat coming and they just come running down the hill. Definitely something I guess that they just grow up with. They speak the local language here, which is different from the Lao language, so that's quite interesting.
To leave anybody behind, otherwise you end up in China. So one house, usually 6 people, 7 people, depend. So in this village is called Kamu people, Kamu or Kamai, which is they came from south of India and moved to Laos long time ago. And in this village they speak different language, which is Kamu language. In this language, they don't have handwriting, only speaking, which is all in Laos. We have 50 ethnic groups. So Kamu is one of them. So they have the bamboo like this, and then they chop, dry, and then weaving into together.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
In Laos, we say when we want to feed the pig, we tell the pig to come. We say arr. So Kamu language usually, if Kamu people learning Spanish, is very good for them because a lot of arr. But they used to harvest for the rice. I show you how they do. But some people, they don't know how to do. They do like this. They do like this. They do like this. This is how they harvesting the rice. After that, they dry for a few days, and then they smash into the thing.
So the visit to the village was nice and it was educational. They share a little bit about the kind of 50 different groups that live within Laos. I would say for Jimmy and I, we both felt that it felt almost a little bit intrusive. We went up to the school and they're in the middle of their school day and, you know, just kind of like walk into the classroom with cameras and all of that. We didn't do it, but there is a donation box in town, which I wish I would have known before we got off the boat because I had left my bag and wallet behind. So if you make the trip and you stop at a village, then if you'd like to donate, just keep that in mind that is an option. But really, the kids are very friendly. Every so often, I look up and feel a fresh wave of awe. The boat drifts through the shaded bends, the hillsides thick with untamed brush. Distant peaks rise on the horizon, hazy in the afternoon light. It almost doesn't seem real, like a painting come to life. It's late afternoon now, and I would say the mood of the boat has changed a little bit. We were out in the sun. A lot of people were sitting out front. We enjoyed sitting out front for a couple hours just talking to some of the passengers. And now I think we've reached the part of the day where a lot of people are seeking a little bit more shade here inside the boat, and it's still just as beautiful. I'm honestly surprised how every time I look up, I'm like, wow, this is incredible. This is beautiful. Got a cup of tea, got ice cold water, got a banana. Happy days.
So I will see you guys tomorrow at 7:30, 7:45. We continue and we'll talk more about our journey tomorrow. For today, thank you very much and have a lovely night at first night in Laos. Enjoy.
Made it to Villa Mekong guest house. Fairly simple digs for the night. And not a bad view. Day 2 of our riverboat cruise. We spent the night in Pak Beng. Last night we just ended up staying at the guest house. Had a couple drinks with a British American couple last night, so that was good fun to talk to them. Some roosters. Ooh. Here to wake. They're there to wake everybody up. There was an option to do breakfast. I think we need to go this way. There's an option to do breakfast at 7 a.m. However, we don't have much cash left, so we decided to just leave a little early, leave the guest house, walking through town, and we'll stop at the ATM to get a little bit more cash before we get back on the boat. So sometimes you can come down here at 7 a.m. a little early, and they said there'll be elephants, but no elephants this morning. Just a little bit too cold. So this morning is a little bit cooler. That might just be because we started earlier, but it got quite chilly even overnight last night. I learned my lesson yesterday, brought my layers. They have blankets as well. I would say most people are probably in the boat right now, kind of bundled up. Everybody's still a little bit sleepy, but today is a slightly longer boat ride. She said 180 kilometers. We have 2 stops, so we're going to stop at the caves and then we're going to stop at a town. We'll pass by the bridge that carries the fast train. And another interesting thing she said is that there's, I think she said 7 or 8 dam projects all throughout Laos. It's really windy right now. Hopefully you can hear me. But 7 or 8 dam projects. And I'm not sure how long those are going to take. She said, when they run out of money, then they stop the project until they get more money. This is in partnership with Laos, Thailand, and Vietnam. But I think there's a little bit of uncertainty as to whether the boats are going to be able to go up and down the river in the future. So if this is an experience that you're interested in, I would recommend trying to do it now while you can. So we've been cruising for about 5 hours now. The weather started to clear up. It was quite cloudy, cool, overcast this morning, but now we're in the afternoon. Everybody's starting to shed their layers. A lot of people are hanging out on the front and the back decks right now. And I'm just feeling quite happy, relaxed, a little sleepy after lunch, so just enjoying this little bit of downtime. I believe we are about 1 hour away from our first stop today, which is going to be the caves. We made it here to the Pak Ou Cave. There are 2 caves, an upper and a lower, and the guide recommended that we start with the upper. A bit more stairs ahead of us, and then visit the lower. There are 4,000 little Buddha statues here that are brought by the locals.
Can taking. Oh, this is not really good.
Oh, thank you.
They said that you have to be now you have many people that are not think good about you. They like they talking bad about you.
Oh no.
And then you have to be careful, especially for your work life. You have to be more careful because don't over things like that.
Yep.
That's what they mean here.
Okay.
Yes, so the one that we saw on the river bank, peanut, how the peanut grow. That is about the yeast, and the next step is that to make the whiskey. So if the whiskey is gonna be good, taste good, depend on the yeast. Because some people they make the yeast only 15 days, but some people they make the yeast for a month. So the more longer, the more tasty it can be. So become this first, and after that, this one is from the black rice, so it's same.
What would you say that that tastes like?
Alcohol. Tastes like bemba we've had before.
Kind of like the Polish vodka almost. Try a little bit of the sweet one.
I'll just look around and then maybe
That is sweet. It's almost like a syrup. And then try a little bit of the dark one.
How much is this?
What's this?
I don't know if I care for that one. Sawadee.
This is cotton.
Oh, thank you.
Cotton.
Yes.
This is handmade.
Yes.
And the other one,
Ah.
indigo cotton.
Oh, yeah.
This is make from here.
Yeah, yeah.
This is handmade. And the other one,
On the loom, you make it.
this is make from here. This one, cotton and silk.
Oh, that's pretty.
Cotton and silk.
And
Some
they're
scarf, some hebo.
scarves.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Wow.
This one.
Intricate designs.
And this one.
Jimmy came to my rescue so that I could get a handmade scarf from the lady. So that's us pulling in right now to the dock. It's about a half an hour taxi ride to get into town. So once we get in town, get settled, I'll give you all the final recap of our 2 days on the luxury slow boat.
After 2 days on the Mekong, I have to say this was one of my favorite experiences yet. There's something special about slowing down, letting the river set the pace, and just taking it all in. All for the same price as a flight from Chiang Mai to Luang Prabang. The landscapes of Laos are breathtaking, lush, untouched, and constantly changing. If you're considering the slow boat, I highly recommend Nagi of the Mekong. It's more comfortable than the public boat, with great food and an easygoing atmosphere. But beyond that, this journey forces you to be still, to be present, and that, to me, is what makes it unforgettable.